Today I'm going to show you the final steps to finish up your geometric sequence layer project. I'm going to go back to my project, and at this point I have 8 layers that are combined into a set of 2. So you are going to start by taking the eye, clicking the eye, so that none of your layers are visible. And then today you're going to start by making 4, 8, 12, and 16, 50% opacity. So I'm going to start with 4 and make that 50%. I'm going to hide 4. I'm going to go into 8 and make that 50%. Are you sensing a pattern here? I'm going to click in 12 and make that 50%. I'll hide 12, and then I'm going to click in 16 and make 16 50%. Now I'm ready to combine the layers. So I'm going to click on 2, which is 100%, and that is 2 pictures. And then 4 is another 2 pictures. I'm going to right-click in 4 to merge visible and say OK. That is now a combination of 4 different pictures. I'm going to hide that. I'm going to click in 6 and 8, and I'm going to right-click to merge visible. I'm going to hide that. I'm going to click in 10 and 12, and I'm going to merge visible. And then I'm going to click in 14 and 16. I'm going to click in layer 16 and merge visible. So right now I have 4 layers, and each of those 4 layers is a combination of 4 other layers. So I've compressed it from 16 down to 8 and now down to 4. So now I need to make 3 more merges, and then I'll be done with my project. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to work with layer 4 and layer 8. 4 is already 100, so what you're going to do is you're going to make 8 to 50% opacity and hide that. 12 is fine. You're going to make 16 50%. This is all in your instructions as well. You can just follow along for each step. I'm going to click the arrow, the eye to view 4 and 8, and I'm going to right click in 8 to merge visible, and now I've got one layer that's a combination of 8 layers. I'm going to do the same to 12 and 16 and merge them. So now I have 2 layers that are each a combination of 8 layers. So I've got one final merge. So layer 8 is 100%. Layer 16, I'm going to make 50% opacity so that I can now see 16 layers. I'm going to, and sometimes that happens, it doesn't let you do it. If you sort of click around, then it does. I'm going to right click in layer 16 and merge visible. Now I have my 16 layers. Very exciting. However, it does not look exciting. It looks just really light. There's not a lot of contrast. So for the second to last step, if you go to enhance along the top, you can say auto smart fix, and that will sort of lighten it up and give you some different contrast, what the computer thinks it should be. You can also go to enhance, adjust lighting, brightness, contrast, and you can raise the contrast, and you can raise or lower the brightness until it's something that you are pleased with, okay? So I like it bright but not too bright, and I can say okay. If you wanted to change the colors, okay, you could also go to enhance, adjust color variations. So if I wanted mine to have more blues in it, or greens, if I wanted it lighter, if I wanted it darker, I could play with all of those things to sort of enhance the sense of motion. Okay, so now I've combined my layers, I've edited it so it looks good. So now I've got one last thing to do, and that's to save it correctly. I do like to save it normally, okay? So I'm gonna save normally, but then I have to save it as a JPEG so that I can submit it. So this time you're gonna say File, Save As. You can keep the same name, although I had a different name, so I'm going to do mine, Amy Kukuzi. Final Geo Sequence, okay? And you don't want it to be a Photoshop. You need to drop down the format to a JPEG. There's 2 JPEGs. You're going to go with the top JPEG of the 2, okay? So it's going to be on my desktop. It's going to be the top JPEG. I'm going to say Save, and then I'm going to say OK. So that when I go to Schoology, I can attach the JPEG image. It will be the right way. People will be able to view it. But now you're ready to go to Schoology, to upload your picture, and to answer those questions in complete sentences so that we can give you a good grade on your project and 10 out of 10 on your artist statement. Thank you.